Back at it again with another video. Still catching up on the Mazinger Z 1972 episodes. It's been a while, I know. I got a copyright strike on the last Mazinger Z episode I made last year, so I waited for that to go away, and as I waited for 3 months, I sort of lost interest in Mazinger Z for a while, and watched the entirety of Armored Fleet Die Rugger 15 instead. There's some interesting things to talk about in that series, but I'll save that for another video. One more thing before I start the topic of this video. I've also been catching up on watching Godzilla movies again. I've finished watching the Heisei era of the Godzilla movies, and I'm now headed towards the Millennium era movies. I want to make a long video explaining the connected universe of the Showa era movies, as well as the different timelines the Godzilla movies take place in, so stay tuned for that. But today, I want to talk about something interesting in episode 66 of Mazinger Z 1972. The episode is titled Invisible Killer Jenova M9, and it's about this mechanical beast named Jenova M9 that has a sniper rifle as its weapon. Jenova M9 is introduced in the very first scene by Dr. Hell and Baron Ashura and Count Brocken. He says that Jenova M9 is an excellent long sharpshooter, and the mecha robot takes its rifle from its back and showcases its sharpshooting skills by blowing up a plane in the sky. But before it does this, it takes its time to check its rifle and put bullets in it, not really paying attention to the agitated Baron Ashura and Count Brocken down below. Once Jenova M9 is ready, it takes aim at the plane and the plane gets destroyed. Dr. Hell warns his associates that Jenova M9 has a great deal of pride as a killer robot. Jumping to a few scenes later, Jenova M9 takes aim at Mazinger Z and shoots it a couple of times, distressing Koji, who doesn't seem to know where the bullets are coming from. He looks at the sky, and there's nothing out there for him to see. Jenova M9 fires at Mazinger Z several more times, so Koji lifts off, using the jet scrander in order to look up and see where the enemy is. As Mazinger Z flies up in the sky, Jenova M9 just shoots at it rapidly, sending Mazinger Z back to the ground, damaging the jet scrander. The Photon Light Institute members try to help Koji the best way they can, and here's where things get interesting. Jenova M9 is just up in the sky waiting, while Boss Borot and Sayaka try to do what they can down below. Jenova M9 shoots Boss Borot as commanded by Baron Ashura and Count Brocken, but once the two command the mechanical beast to shoot and kill Sayaka and Misato, a new member of the Photon Light Institute, Jenova M9 just stands there doing nothing, and Baron Ashura gets a report from the robot, saying that it refuses to shoot humans. In one of my previous videos, I took interest in the mechanical beast named Minerva X, because it was a robot that showcased signs of emotion such as sadness and admiration for Mazinger Z. This time around, we have a mechanical beast that shows signs not only of self-awareness, but the ability to refuse its master's orders if it deems those orders to be unfair or dishonorable to its supposed code. Jenova M9 even shoots at Baron Ashura and Count Brocken for questioning its morals. Once Mazinger Z is ready to take flight again, it heads out and the mechanical beast finally shows itself to Koji. Jenova M9 has the ability to turn into a tornado and fly up towards the sky, and Mazinger Z shoots his iron cutter attack on the mechanical beast, successfully cutting the legs of Jenova M9, sending the robot down on the ground. As Jenova M9 lands, the mechanical beast and Mazinger do this intense staring contest on one another, and Jenova M9 turns its sniper rifle into a pistol. It shoots at Mazinger Z once, and notices the pistol jamming. Mazinger Z injures the mechanical beast, and Jenova M9 shoots at Mazinger Z with its last remaining strength. Jenova M9 reloads, but falls to the ground. It gets itself back up, still trying hard to do its duty. In a standoff that seems like time has slowed down, Mazinger Z and Jenova M9 stare down at each other again, waiting for whoever makes the next move. And as if Jenova M9 has the ability to use some sort of telepathy, Koji asks the mechanical beast if it's sure it wants to finish the fight. Jenova M9 raises its weapon up, and Mazinger Z prepares to defend itself, only to be stopped once Koji notices that Jenova M9 raises its weapon on its head and shoots itself, sending its body lying down to the ground. Koji looks in disbelief on what had just happened. He says that he will remember this fight forever, because Jenova M9 gave everything it had to try and destroy Mazinger Z without losing its code of honor. Mazinger Z takes its gun and holds it for a moment, and returns the gun on Jenova M9's hand. Mazinger Z flies off to the sky, and the camera focuses on the remains of the honorable mechanical beast named Jenova M9. It's episodes like these where I really get to appreciate the mecha anime genre. Underneath all of the silly robot fights and childish antics due to the studio having to cater to young audiences for obvious reasons, there's a sliver of quality to be seen that's filled with love, compassion, and honor, much like how this episode felt like for me. It isn't a perfect episode, since I still can't fathom why Boss Boruto even has a working mecha robot of his own that's made out of used scrap metal, but it's at least an episode that counts as one of the better ones to enjoy watching. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. There are other Mazinger Z related videos on this channel, so be sure to watch those as well. As always, I'll see you in the next one.